Starting in mountain pose, we'll get ready for Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, raise the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms to shins, looking up. Exhale, legs go back, high plank. Down into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, bending the knees, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Shoulders rolling towards the sit bones, looking up at your belly. Inhale, right leg comes up through the hands, coming up into high lunge. Exhale, coming down, high plank, untucking the feet, coming up. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, bending the knees, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards chest, foot between the arms. High lunge. Exhale, hands go down, feet go back, untucking the legs, coming down into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, bending the knees, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, bending the knees, placing the feet between the hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, high lift. Exhale, palms towards heart center. Inhale, high lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms to shins, collarbones up, flat back. Exhale, legs go back, high plank. Down into Chaturanga. Exhale, knees go back, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, knees to the chest, foot between the hands. High lunge. Exhale, back into a spinal twist. Taking a breath here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down, feet go back, high plank. Down into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tucking the knees, toes go back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, in between the arms, high lunge. Exhale, spinal twist, other side. Back of the right hand towards the left knee. Breathing here. Energy through the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, feet go back, high plank, down into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, bending the knees, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking some breaths here, gazing at your belly button, sit bones high. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, bending the feet, bending the knees, walking the feet between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high lift. Exhale, palms towards heart center. Standing in Tadasana, preparing ourselves for Surya Namaskar B. We'll inhale, arms wide, looking up, high lift. Separating the palms, still together. Exhale, bending into a chair. If your shoulders are sore, arms parallel towards the floor or mat. Weight in the heels. Palms towards heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, legs go back, high plank. Down into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra, upward dog, tucking the toes. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, the knee comes to the chest. Back leg, the left foot on a 45-degree angle. Bending that right knee, making it parallel with the right ankle. Inhale, arms coming up wide. Warrior one. Adjusting as needed. Placing your hands on the hips, making them parallel towards the short end of the mat. Energy through that back heel, grounding down in that foot. Exhale, arms come down, feet go back, high plank. Coming down towards the mat. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, bending the knees, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bring the foot through the hands. Back right foot on a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms up. Left knee is stacked above the left ankle. Bring your hands towards the hips, adjust as needed. Inhale, looking up, warrior one. Exhale, arms down, feet go back, high plank. Down into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, focusing on those shoulders. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, hop or step the feet between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, bending the knees, coming back into chair. Weight on the heels of the feet, knees together, palms to heart center. Inhale, stand into Tadasana. Taking a grounding breath here. We'll inhale, arms wide, high lift. Exhale, coming down into chair. Sit bones go back. Chest, heart centers are lifted. Arms can be parallel towards the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Arms go down, feet go back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. We'll inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, place it between the hands. Left foot on a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms up. Looking, making sure that your knee and ankle stacked. Your hips are parallel. Energy through that back foot, really grounding down into the earth. We'll take a breath here. Straightening that front right leg. And exhale, bending through the hips. Gently placing the fingertips on towards the mat. And then exhale, the forehead coming towards the knee. If you'd like a gentle stretch, bringing the right fingers into the hip crease and guiding it back towards the back of the mat as your left hip comes towards the front. This may only be a millimeter of a difference. However, your focus can make it happen. Exhale, bending the knee, coming up, engaging the glutes. Exhale, arms down towards the mat, feet go back, high plank. Down into chaturanga, untuck the toes, upward dog, tucking the toes back, downward facing dog. Focusing on your shoulders, coming down towards the sit bones. We'll inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, coming towards the chest, foot between the arms. Back foot on a 45-degree angle. Inhale, warrior one. Adjusting as needed. Taking a moment here. Fixing your alignment. We'll take a breath here as we inhale and exhale. Lengthen through that front foot. Coming down towards the leg. And gently bringing our forehead towards that knee. Again, if you'd like a greater stretch, placing the thumb into the hip crease and gently guiding it back. Your back right leg is still straight, really pouring energy through that outer edge into the ground, into the mat. Taking some breaths here, breathing into the discomfort. And as you release that air, you release the discomfort. Bending the front knee, stacking it above the ankle. We'll inhale, arms up, shoulders down the back. Exhale, arms down, feet go back, high plank. Down into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. We'll inhale, looking at the hands. Exhale, bending the knees, placing the feet between the hands. Inhale, high lift. Exhale, forward fold. Arms come wide, bending through, high lift. Exhale, palms towards heart center. Tadasana. Grounding through the big toe, little toe, heel mound. Taking a breath. We'll inhale, high lift. Exhale, coming back into chair. Weight in the heels. Sit bones go down. Arms parallel towards the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, arms come down, feet go back, high plank. Down into chaturanga, untucking the toes, upward dog, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog on the exhale. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, through the feet. Back foot, 45-degree angle. Stacking the right knee with the ankle. Adjusting as needed. Warrior one. Bringing your hips parallel towards the front of the mat. Taking a breath here. We'll exhale, that front leg comes forward. Inhale, exhale, arms go down. Forehead meets the knee. The right thumb guiding that right hip back as the left hip comes forward. The edge of that left foot and left heel really grounding through. Breathing here. It can be a difficult posture for people with tight hips. Every exhale coming closer towards the knee. Bending the knee, stacking it above your right ankle. We'll inhale, coming up. Exhale, feet go down. Hands go down, feet go back. High plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. We'll inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bending the knee towards the chest. Foot goes down. Right foot comes down on a 45-degree angle. Left knee above the left ankle, coming up into warrior one. Adjust as needed, your hips, your knee. You have to make sure you see that inside of that left foot while keeping your right leg totally engaged. We'll inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bending through the hips, coming forward. Your chin, nose, or forehead will come and meet the knee or come as close as possible. For a greater stretch, bringing that left thumb into the hip crease and guiding the left side back as the right side comes forward. Breathing into whatever spot may be sticky or difficult for you at this time. As we inhale, bringing light, love, and air into that area. Exhale, bending the left knee, stacking it above the ankle. Inhale, coming up, really engaging those glutes. Exhale, arms come forward, feet go back, high plank, down into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, gazing at your belly button. We'll inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, bend the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Arms come wide. Inhale, high out. Exhale. Palms towards heart center. Taking a breath here into Tadasana. Coming into tree pose, we'll bring the sole of the foot either to the ankle, the calf, or bring it up into the inner thigh. Here as we inhale, arms come wide like limbs of trees. Shoulders are down the back. Your glutes are engaged. Abdomen's engaged as well. Moving from side to side like trees in the wind. Practicing our gazing at a spot on the floor that doesn't move, our drishti. Coming back up. Palms towards heart center. Bringing our left hand just under that thigh. Right hand on towards the hip. We'll straighten that left leg out. Energy pouring through the toes. Bringing your knee back to center. Inner thighs are adducting. They're together. Taking the inside of that left heel. Coming into a warrior or dancer pose. As we inhale, looking at that drishti, really engaging that left glute, kicking back with that leg. Coming back up, knees will meet in center. Bringing that knee up. Your foot can either be flexed or pointed. Backs of the palms really engaged here. And on the exhale, coming into a warrior two. So moving your feet here where they need to be placed. Again, just like in warrior one, the edge of that foot is going to be really grounding in through the mat. Shoulders are rolled down the back. Right knee is stacked up against or up above the ankle. We'll exhale into exalted warrior and inhale, coming back through. Really making sure that you're not applying a lot of pressure in that back hand and in your front forearm. Gently guiding through the exalted warrior, coming back up into into warrior two. Straightening that front leg, bringing your hand towards your hip. We'll guide it back so our left hip is stacked above our right. And our arms come down. Forearm really pressing into the calf here, almost like you're in two panes of glass, either looking up or down, whatever's comfortable for your neck. Engaging those glutes and opening up the heart center. We'll inhale, coming back up to warrior two. Pivot the foot. Toes will come a little bit inward. Grasping the hands behind you. Opening your chest. Bringing your palms towards the hips. We'll exhale and come into a wide stand, forward fold. Palms towards the floor. We'll just gently walk over towards our right side. Our hands grasping wherever they can, either beside the foot, the ankle, the toes, on top of the foot. Whatever you can do at this moment, breathing here, feeling that stretch. As we exhale, coming back to center, releasing the head and neck, any tension, letting gravity take its course. We'll inhale with a flat back, exhale, bringing the feet a little bit closer together, bending the knees, rolling up each vertebrae at a time. Legs coming back into a warrior two, toes pointed towards the small end of the mat. Placing the left arm down, coming into half moon. Here really focusing on that energy of the top foot pouring out of you, almost like you're kicking a wall behind you. Gently bringing both hands in front of you, will come into a high split. Really pointing your toes, trying to get that leg up as much as possible. Slowly on the exhale, bending both knees, bringing the feet together. We'll clasp our hands behind our thighs, or behind our calves, and just gently lifting the sit bones. Really feeling that stretch in the lower back. We'll release our hands and just walk each knee, bending them one by one, wiggling the hips, coming up each vertebrae. The head and chin will be tucked until very last. Rolling the shoulders down the back, coming into a Tadasana pose. Glutes engage, belly button towards the lower back. Really feeling those toe mounds onto the floor. And we'll move over to the other side. Starting in Tadasana, then we'll bring our arms towards our hips and our sole of the foot, whatever's comfortable for you, either the ankle, the shin, or the inner thigh, never on the inside knee. Palms towards heart center. On the exhale, your arms will come out like wings. Gently and softly guiding each side like a tree in the wind and the branches just moving about. Keeping an eye on that drishti so you don't lose your balance. Coming back to stillness, we'll bring our palms together toward heart center. Bringing your hand on towards the outer thigh. We'll bring your top leg up, really pointing those toes, feeling the energy from the root to the toes. Bringing the knee forward in crane, and then moving on to dance it. Starting with the knees together, slowly kicking back, opening up the heart center, and looking at that drishti as we breathe through this pose. Balancing a lot on one leg can be difficult sometimes. Coming back up into crane, either flexing or pointing the toes. Exhale back into warrior two. That back foot will come, toes pointed towards the long end of the mat. Your front foot, toes pointed towards the short end. Your knee is stacked above your ankle. Really feeling the energy from that back hip, grounding down the edge of the foot. We'll exhale, come into an exalted warrior, and move through our postures as we bend towards the back and then towards the front. Being gentle with the forearm and also with the palm of the hand. keeping the chest, the heart center open. Really trying to move that energy from fingertips to fingertips. We'll exhale. Straighten that front leg. Fingertips come towards the hips, and the hips will become stuffed. Almost like you're in two panes of glass. Really engaging the glutes and pushing them away from you. Looking up or down, whatever's comfortable for your neck, or straight ahead. Using a block here if you can, if you have to. Taking a breath, we'll inhale, come back up. Pivot the toes. Toes will come facing one another a little bit, grasping your arms, lifting the chest up, releasing, bringing palms towards the hips, and exhale, coming down. Palms in front of you, we'll inhale, lengthen, and as we exhale, we'll just gently release the legs a little bit further, trying to touch the crown of the head on towards the mat or floor in front of you. Elbows are bent, trying to keep them parallel. We'll inhale, come up. Exhale, bringing the feet a little bit closer together. We'll just gently come over onto the other side, so onto the left side. The right side. Just gently stretch here. Placing your hands wherever is comfortable for you, just at your edge of comfort. We'll come back to the middle, bring our feet closer together, bending the knees and rolling up. Each vertebrae, head and neck will be tucked till the very last. Coming back up into a warrior two. Breathing here, preparing ourselves, putting weight into the front knee. Guiding our arm over. If you have to move the back foot in a little bit, that's fine. Coming into a half moon pose. And trying to really get your shoulders stacked here, your hips stacked, your standing legs straight, pouring energy out of that heel. On the exhale, bringing both fingertips down towards the mat. We'll really try to lift that leg up into a half split pose, standing half split. Exhale, bending the knees. The soles of the feet will meet the mat, grasping your hands just behind your calves, and we'll just do a little wiggle here, jumping up and down, side to side, loosening up the hips, sit bones towards the ground, forehead towards the knees. We'll exhale, release, bending each knee, rotating through the hips, each vertebrae coming up. Head and chin will be last, tucking in, standing into Nasta. Pulling up through those arches, the knees, the quads, engaging the glutes.